soon as you add a derivatives market or be able to trade with leverage, futures and derivatives, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then like Bitcoin can be manipulated to a point through them things. Like Bitcoin itself, the blockchain and stuff cannot be manipulated. That chaps their ass. They don't like that. You know what I mean? That's why I believe in it so much. You know what I mean? You can't print more. You know what they are. But if you're on these exchanges and you're trading with leverage and stuff, they know this site that I'm on right now. This is a centralized exchange, okay? And you could trade on here, and there's some computer, and there's some asshole sitting behind a computer that knows how much. Jesus, look at all the people that are long in Bitcoin right now, or that's, you know what I mean? All the people that trade with leverage, and they allow them to trade with a shit ton of leverage, and then we're like, hey, you know what I mean? Go ahead, pull the rug, you know what I mean? And then you see crazy shit like this. But this right here, from 60,000 down to the 31 or whatever the hell it wicked down to, you know, if you didn't sell, you didn't lose anything. You didn't lose anything. There was no loss. You lose when you sell. Okay. So long as you don't sell.
And
Go ahead.
that's one of the things that I do. I don't look at Bitcoin in dollar value anymore, right? Like I don't say I have $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. I go, I have point 0.350 of a Bitcoin, right? Or I have 1 point whatever of a Bitcoin. Like worry about your they call those Satoshis. Worry about your Satoshis and don't worry about the dollar number. Hang on to them because it's going up, eventually.
But this is where we're at right now, and everybody with that 200-day moving average, we did drop below it, but then we blew back through it here, and not these two lines that I've shown you. What I'm showing you, what I'm trying to show you here, is this is a accumulation triangle. So this is what they call a flag. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes it's a bull flag. Like if this was
so for people
down here, and this line was like coming down here, that'd be a bearish.
And for the people on Spotify, when he says flag, he's got a chart pulled up, and he's basically making a triangle on the chart that's going to the right, and it looks like a flag in a triangle flag in the wind. So
by looking at this chart right here that you're showing me,
yes,
like where it went up, okay, say back here, where it was real low to the bottom of the graph, then all of a sudden it started going up. Then when it spiked and it dropped down the first time, then it climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed. When it crashed the last time, it still went higher than the first time it peaked real high. So is what people think about?
Well, right here is what I'm trying to show, is here from the big crash. And so you know, these are called candles, okay? Anybody that starts trading, the big dark thick green and red lines are candles. The thin lines are wicks. So it wicked way down here, but it actually closed for the day. This is the daily. Yes. So you have hourly charts, you have daily charts, weekly charts, month, you know what I mean? But this is what they closed for the day. It wicked all the way down here, but made it back up right before the end of the close of the day. Okay. So that's what they mean. I just want to point that out. Anyway, from that initial drop at like 31, it was like, depending on the exchange, it dropped below 31 to somewhere between 30,000 and 31. Okay. And then you continuously had higher lows. See here, then you had a higher low here, and then a higher low, and then another higher low, and now we're here. You know what I mean? So Bitcoin is actually building strength right now. That's what it tells me. You know, and if another thing I wanted to point out was where we are right here. You see, whenever you have accumulation charts and stuff like that, you see where you're getting a lower high, but it's coiling up to make a movement. Okay, and you see these highs
Stabilize them.
Yeah, pretty much right here. So every time Bitcoin beats on that resistance, which is like right here, about $39,000 to $40,000, every time it beats on that resistance, it's more likely to bust through it. So as long as we don't keep retesting the same low, which I don't believe we are, we're going up, but we keep hammering the same high, we're in good shape. And the last time that we beaten on that high
Like I said,
was right here at like $39,000-$40,000. Okay, that was here. And the last time we broke that resistance, we had a big
Took off.
green.
Yeah, you can see it right on the chart.
so
Yeah.
what you're saying, it's gonna level off, then it's gonna climb higher than the previous peak high. Then it's ride that pony for a while, then all of a sudden, boom, it's gonna crash down.
But
Yeah.
I like I said before, with the if it does break below that, but it did break below the 200-day moving average, but it didn't correct all the way down here. And I
Mhm.
said the next line of support, because right here this is support, so you had accumulation here. Okay, see this line?
Yep.
Right here, that's about level with the bottoms. So the next line, strong line of support, would be right about here, right about the $20,000 mark. And
Yep.
that's where we were joking around. I said, see you guys in 3 years for the next half. You know what I mean?
No, it makes sense.
It makes sense, but then again,
It can
I'm
freak
le-
out.
I am less.
Mr. Musk could go, hey, fuck
That's
Bitcoin.
right. That's what I'm getting to. That these charts are less. You can depend on these less when you got somebody like him that's able to do what he does. Okay, and then all this right here, all these coins that were sold, I could show you charts that like 80% of this nonsense up here was fresh Bitcoin that people had bought within 3 to 5 months.
Jesus Christ.
It's all stuff that people that points to the speculation again. And then you see Bitcoin's dominance at like 70 something percent, 75%, whatever. And then you see Bitcoin's dominance start to fall and fall and fall and fall. And it made it all the way down to like what? Like, geez, I think it was like 40 something percent. And that is other people looking at people that have no idea, and they're looking at Bitcoin. They're like, well, I seen the Doge thing on Saturday Night Live or whatever. You know what I mean? That they're chasing other. They're like, well, I can't get rich off Bitcoin, but I might be able to get rich off in Cardano. That's only $1.30 something, or I might be able to get rich off Doge, or I might be able to. That's all that is that speculative retail investors.
You think
People
those
that-
retail investors are taking their money out of Bitcoin and putting it into things like Cardano and Doge, or do you think it's a whole other thing?
No, that's exactly what was happening. You know,
Yeah.
they usually get your feet wet with Bitcoin. They're like, well, this is sucks. This is boring. I
Right.
got $100 in there, and then now I got 118 today, or I got $150, or
Right.
okay, if I had put my money in Doge, and I'd have $800 from my $100 when it jumped 800% or whatever. So they chase all that stuff, and the big time. And they know this. They know this. And the first people to scare or to spook are them people. And then people usually get burned. And when they get burned, they're sour on the whole market. They're like, nah, Bitcoin's stupid. Sucks. You know, I mean, it's true.
Goddamn
And then
baby.
the cycle starts all over. So all you got to do is do the opposite of what they're doing. Is just control your emotion. And these are times to accumulate, because if you look,
It's not gonna go.
when in doubt, zoom out, you know, just zoom out, zoom out. This right here, see this right here? That was 2000, that was the first big bull market. And people were like, what the hell are you talking about?
2014.
This right here looked like this,
Right.
okay?
The people that were in it.
This came along, this right here came along and made this look like that. and you see how huge this is compared to that. I mean, everybody, this is the bubble of all bubbles and whatever. And now you see what we're at here.
Now we're at
This
60,000.
made 2017 look like
It's a
this.
big ass bubble.
So for those on Spotify, he's circling 2014 and then pointing to 2018. So 2014 looks tiny on the chart. 2018 actually looks, fairly sizable. And then what we're in right now, it just looks like a monster wave comparatively to late 2014.
Yeah. So I'm not concerned. I mean, if you're looking at like the 3-year, what's going to happen in the next halving?